Hello, you are on the Alice Reddit Stories channel. More than 90% watch my videos without a subscription. Subscribe to the channel so we always stay in touch. Enjoy watching. Story 1. Caught my wife, of 13 years, cheating with a coworker. Just here to get straight to the point. My wife and I have been married since we were 25. We are 38 now. We met in college, got married, and everything has been great. We both graduated, got good jobs, and started our lives together. Me and my wife both made good money, so money was never an issue for us. My wife worked for her dad's small business while I worked for a very large company. After a few years, my boss left the company out of nowhere and they needed someone to take over. The only person who knew how to run the department was me. So, I got a major pay jump, better bonus, better benefits. The works. So, at 28 I was making probably 3x plus more than my wife. At 28, the same year, my wife gave birth to our first daughter. Then, 2 years later, our second. My wife, due to working for her father, was able to be more diverse in working. Well, around 5 years ago, my father-in-law passed away unexpectedly. That left my mother-in-law and wife in a hard position. Sell the company or run it themselves. My mother-in-law had no clue how to run it, so my wife said she would do it. After my wife took the company, it did just as well as when her father ran it. With that being said, my wife got a huge pay increase, more than me. I was proud of her. Going from a basic worker to running a whole company isn't easy. Anyway, our daughters started suffering from not seeing their parents. Me and my wife discussed one of us staying home. She said, "The company you work for will be fine without you. Mine could go under." I agreed, so I quit my job and became a stay-at-home dad/husband. I do everything. I make sure the girls are all taken care of. I cook, clean, fix things, make sure errands are run, you name it. I pamper my wife when she gets home from working. This went well for a while until about a year ago. My wife was always very appreciative of what I did and loved it. She has become very mean lately. Like just saying things like, "Do you do anything?" or "How about you work for real?" What? I work my ass every day making sure you don't have to lift a finger when you get home at all. Also, I had a real job, but I quit to raise and take care of the girls, our home, and you. Not to mention my wife is very sexual. Always has been. She quit initiating sex, and when I ask she is never in the mood. That was very odd. Eventually, I quit trying. I just thought, with all the pandemic crap and everything else, she was just very stressed and it was getting to her. I started trying harder to make her happy. Nothing ever worked. Last weekend, my oldest had a softball game. So, I get everything ready and we go. During the game, I wanted to take a video for my mom and dad since they live in another state and don't get to see my daughters that often. I forgot my phone, so I asked my wife if I could see hers. She had been attached to it all day, so it would be good for her to get off it. Anyway, she hands it to me and says she is going to get a drink and a snack. She gets up. I video my daughter when a message comes up on some app. I check and I can't even fathom what I see. My wife and this guy from her work, who is 8 years younger, are sexting and sending videos and pics. Talking about how great the sex was, and then me. He is saying how I am some wimp who can't get a real job taking care of his women, and my wife agrees with him. I couldn't believe this shit I saw. I was so devastated and angry all at the same time. I heard my wife coming back, so I closed the app and started videoing. On the ride home and when we get home, my wife tries to talk to me and I am not in the mood. Eventually, we lay in bed and, for the first time, I guess they hadn't met in a while, tried to have sex. I tell her I am not in a mood. She says, if you are going to be a bitch about everything, you can sleep on the couch. I got up and went to the couch and now have been here since. I don't know how to move forward with this. I really just don't know where to start. My wife was my everything, my girls are my world, and all of that is dying. Any advice would be wonderful as I really fucking need it. TLDR. Wife and I met in college and got married. Her dad died and she took over the family business. I became a stay-at-home dad and she is cheating on me. Edit. Should have mentioned I did send screenshots of the conversation to my phones. I do have the evidence. Story 2. I hit 29M, can't make my GF, 27F, orgasm, and it's making me feel insecure/anxious about our relationship. We've been dating for about 5 months now. Aside from a few arguments and ups and downs here and there, things have been good. We really enjoy each other's company and also love having sex. The problem is that I can't seem to make her orgasm. For some context, she's obviously had a few boyfriends before me and I'm very different from them. They were all usually the athletic type and the type that people would typically find attractive, at least 6 feet 1 inch, very fit and athletic, etc. I'm 5 feet 7 inches and am a software engineer. That doesn't mean I'm not athletic, but I'm obviously not at the same level as former athletes. We've also had some very open conversation, and it turns out that I'm also the smallest guy she's been with. I'm not cripplingly small, around 5 to 5.5 inch, I don't know exactly, but she's typically been with guys who are much larger than that. She's told me that she used to think that size mattered a lot, but changed her mind when the guy she dated before me was also fairly large but never made her orgasm. We both don't let this get in our way. We do love each other and really enjoy the sex. However, I'd be lying if I were to say this doesn't bother me at all. I continuously find myself wondering, will I be able to make her come this time? She's only masturbated once in her life according to her, and so she doesn't know exactly what would make her orgasm. This doesn't help because I'm 90% sure that her orgasms with previous lovers wasn't solely due to their size, although that may have helped. I've been trying different things and feel like the angle at which we perform affects things significantly, but other than that I'm not sure what else I can do. I love going down on her, and after I do I often find her entire body trembling, but not to the point of orgasm. Edit. I thought it'd help if I added in that I've been able to make past lovers orgasm myself. My GF and I have had discussions about this, and she says that one thing she actually feels insecure about is that. She says that most vaginas are similar sizes. I don't know how true that is, and so if I was able to make past lovers orgasm, then I must have been moving better with them. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but my point is that I've been able to satisfy other people, lol. TLDR, I've never been able to make my GF of 5 months orgasm, and it's making me anxious about sex. I've been trying different angles and going down on her, but it doesn't seem to be happening. What else can I do, and is it possible to have a fulfilling relationship with someone you can't make orgasm? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, there are a lot of interesting stories ahead of you.